Hello and welcome back, and this time we're going to do something different from the Warrior Cat series, and we're actually going to do one of my favourite legacy families that I love doing, and I'm always restarting them just because I like doing them so much, and I've been doing them for years. It's not really a challenge, it is a challenge that I've sort of made myself. There might be other ones similar out there, I don't know, I haven't seen it anywhere. It's just something that I've been doing for myself for a couple of years now with this person and her hopefully family that should come from her, and it's going to be a supernatural legacy, a witch family legacy eventually. But this will be a bit of a talky episode, this first one, because I have to explain her backstory slightly. Excuse me, and sort of the world she lives in story, so you can understand some of the rules to this legacy, if you will. So anyway, this is Rachel Wakender. I think that's how you pronounce it. I got the name from this naming website where I got a lot of my names from. I think it means magical power, possesses magical power, something like that. This wasn't her original name. She chose it for herself. And as you can see, she's not actually a supernatural being right now, but she wants to be. And her story basically is, she's an orphan, because as you can see, she's the only person in her family. She's lived in orphanages all her life, unfortunately for her. She's had kind of a sad past and things. And from a very young age, she was very curious and very good at research and finding things out and studying. And she wanted to find out what happened to her mother. So she researched still at a very young age, and she found out that her mother, how her mother died, she actually killed herself. And what she managed to dig up was that the reason it was believed that her mother killed herself was because of her father. It was said that her mother was really in love with her father. She was totally besotted by him. She wasn't very old either. She was only like 17 or 18 when she became pregnant with Rachel here. And unfortunately, sorry, the microphone's rubbing it. Unfortunately, even though he said he loved her and things, of course he left. And it's not sure if he left during the end of her pregnancy or after she was born, but he left. And of course her mother was heartbroken, and eventually not long after that, when poor old Rachel was still a baby, she committed suicide. She did, I think it said in the report that she phoned sort of a babysitting agency to come over so that obviously Rachel here wouldn't perish or anything, to make sure that someone found Rachel at least. And but so not too long that anything could happen to Rachel, but not too short a time that anyone could save her. So she ended up in the home. And so from that moment on, and she also found out that a similar thing happened to her grandmother and probably her grandmother before that. So she's not very happy that she comes from a sort of weak family. So she decided to take on this new name, and she has decided to become a witch. Now, in this world, in this Sims world, we're actually in Sunset Valley, as you can see. I've changed it a bit, moved stuff around, but she lives in this place here, which has been modified slightly, but she's got no furniture, she's just moved in. But yeah, in this world, the supernatural beings don't exist. They've gone. There has been rumours and legends about them when they used to exist. Like there was a big war and they all died out, or there was rumours that some survived, but mostly they died out. And she always loved these stories when she was in the orphanage, when she was a child, when the old woman from the library used to come and tell them. And even though she was told they weren't real, we're just going to get her to... There's some bugs around here, apparently she's got to... Oh, there we go. She's got to clean up. So she can do that. swat at moths. It was just a challenge I had when she came in. So we'll get her to do that now anyway, while I carry on explaining what has been happening. Stomp on roaches. But yeah, she loved these stories because, especially the ones about the witches, because they were powerful, they took control. Because at first witches were deemed to be lesser supernatural beings by the higher ones, like the werewolves and the vampires and things. But soon a very powerful witch family proved that they weren't lesser than them. They were just as powerful. Just because they had the same lifespan as normal other humans didn't mean they were lesser. So they proved it, and they managed to get their ranking moved up and things. And she was, so we're going to catch some butterflies while we're here as well. So she was always really impressed by that. Maybe don't want tomorrow. So yeah, she was always really impressed by these things, and she was determined, and she believed these stories. These stories were real, even though the piece say they're not real. Where is she? Oh God, I hate this guy. No, they're not real. They're just stories, you know. They're just from a time where people didn't understand things what they do now. And she was always told they weren't real, but after more of her pestering, the old lady said that her grandmother did tell her that she believed they did once exist, and that there was also an old sort of skill you could learn to also become one, and that was alchemy. Although it was said that the other supernatural beings would frown on someone who became this way through force, basically, because they forced their body to change through magic in the potions and elixirs that they found. But it was possible. They weren't as powerful as the ones that were born to it, but that didn't matter, and that was it. She decided that she had to become a supernatural being. She has to become one. So her job is basically to become a witch. She wants to be a witch. Her research has led her here to Sunset Valley. This is where she's heard the last of the rumours of the alchemy skill that she can find in the old archives. Because most people don't believe in the stories of supernaturals and that anymore, most people don't bother looking. But she's determined to become a master alchemist. That's her lifetime wage. She's an alchemy artisan. And to also become a powerful witch family. Now, why it's important that we know... God, what do you want? Why is it important that we know about her family and her history is the reason for some of her rules that she has decided to have for her family. And the rules are, obviously, because of what her father did, and she hates her father, so she basically hates all males. Yeah, just get rid of any that I might have missed. Although normally she wouldn't have people on the lot. We're going to cancel the papers. That's another rule. No strangers on the lot at all. That's why that's there. It's like right at the edge, so we can have that there. But yeah, we don't want... I think they're just swap, yeah. We don't want any strangers here. We don't like anyone. Like I was saying, no, we won't get married, we won't fall in love. Obviously we will fall in love as such, but she won't be. She'll have the lifetime happiness ward of Stone Heart, I think it is. So she won't be sad, because that leads on to the other rule, is that basically she believes, that's it, stone hearted. Men are only good for, no, you don't like people, you're evil, see? Evil, you don't like anyone. yeah, men are only good for breeding with, like to have more girls. There are no men are allowed in the household. You're not allowed to marry. You're not allowed to have boys. This isn't like a. This is because of her warped view, because of how she feels that men have completely wrecked her family and made her family weak all these years. And so this is how she's going to rectify it. There's no men allowed. So basically the rule of having children is that the only women in the household, no women are allowed to leave the household. So, and the eldest sister becomes head witch of the family. She is the one that is usually allowed to have children. If any of the younger siblings want to have children, they have to ask permission from the head sister or the head witch of the time. And they must approve of the partner they've chosen. It must be a man, usually quite good looking, because we have to stay attractive to attract the best genes. So she has the irresistible trait, as you can see, as well. And she's a gatherer, green thumb, evil, and angler to help her with the alchemy thing, which she's going to go research now, actually. I think it's around here somewhere. Oh, here it is. So here's the vault of antiquity. Got that out. So we're going to go here and research some alchemy because we can. And good job as well. Actually, before we do that, we're going to harvest these because we're going to probably need them. I was lucky that they're here because I didn't put them here at all. Actually, I don't need to do that. She'll just carry on harvesting, won't she? But yeah. So once a suitable male is found, he must be courted, made to think you're in love with him, and then you will, obviously by then she will be a witch, or any future generations will already be witches. You must use an elixir on him to turn him into a witch, and you must do the deed with him before he discovers what you've done. And then after the deed has been done and your magic tells you you're pregnant, so you get a dingling noise, you must then deal with him. And usually that involves fire. This family highly recommend using fire with your magic to deal with him, or to deal with the men. So yeah, you'll be using fire to deal with him because we don't want him interfering in the child's life. If he were to find out the child existed, he has to be dealt with, and the only way to be dealt with so he cannot interfere is with death, and also so he cannot have any other children with anyone else. And obviously he's a witch now, so we have to deal with him before he finds out, before he can use his powers to overcome us, because they have to be the powerful ones. They have to be the ones in charge. So that's how it works. And that's why you have to find out the backstory of why she feels that men are, because she's evil. So she doesn't like them. She feels that they are the reason her family has not been strong, and she wants to make a really strong witch family. She realizes that when she finally discovers the potion, the elixir that will turn her into the witch she wants to become, she will not be as strong as one that's born. But since they don't exist anymore, it won't really matter. But her children will be born witches, and with each generation they will become stronger and stronger and stronger. We don't care, go away. So yeah, there are lots of rules that she will impose on her new family. Like I said, it'll be only women. They're not allowed to have sons at all. No sons are allowed to be born. So as soon as they're pregnant, they must eat at least 10 watermelons. As those of you who play The Sims 3 may know, if you eat watermelons when you're pregnant, you have a girl. Unfortunately, one of the mods, I think, was... Shut up, whinging. You stupid. He's distracting me. Shut up. It's just rude. Go away. No one cares what you think. I will. If I had my magic powers, I would blast you. Anyway, boys. God. See, that's why she hates him. Because of him and his stupid haircut. You. And he's slightly insane, I think, because he's talking to himself. Anyway. So, yeah. I've completely forgotten what I was saying. Gotten totally off track now. But anyway. So, yeah. Oh, watermelons. But there's a mod interfering that, and no matter how many watermelons I get my Sims to eat when they're pregnant, I still sometimes end up having boys. So, but we'll have it as a rule, as long as the witch who's pregnant has eaten at least 10 watermelons, we'll cheat and change the gender of the baby when we can. So it will be a girl. If she hasn't, then it's up to fate, really. Also, she's not allowed to eat any apple products, as in actually apples, not the technology, actual apples, at all. No apple pancakes, no apple pies, no apples in general. So, yeah, this is what the rules are. These are one of the rules that you have to eat watermelon. So only girls will be born. The head witch will be the eldest daughter, and then the next witch will take over when the head witch dies. If something should happen to the eldest daughter, like she dies or something, then the next eldest will take over. Only the eldest daughter is allowed to have children, actually is required to have children. If a younger sibling or another witch of the family wants to have children, she has to get permission from the head witch of the family. And obviously she has to follow the same rules as she does, so she has to get rid of the man, she has to make sure she eats watermelons. So depending on the witch, depend on whether she's given anyone else in the family is given permission to have other children. No one is allowed to leave the house. They have to all live in the same house all the time. You're not allowed to move out or anything. All children are homeschooled. They're not allowed to leave. I don't know what his problem is. Or his. Yeah, so they're not allowed to do much, really. Not allowed to do anything. We don't have a lot of money though. And we've got no furniture in the house, apparently. I think we've got some lights and that's about it. So I don't know where she's going to sleep. We might have to buy her a sleeping bag. But there'll be other rules that come up later as the story progresses. They'll bring in more rules or less rules, or depending on the type of witch who takes over. But the evil trait will be very prominent in this family. This is a bad witch family, by the way, in case you hadn't already guessed. The fact that murder is like just a way to deal with problems. Just, just a way. And obviously no one's allowed in the house. No boyfriends, no friends, no nothing. And hopefully they will take over the house. They probably won't move either. So the house she has will be the house they always have. It will be changed. And that's the fairy place over there that's making all that noise. So yeah, that will be that. So what should we do next? I don't think we can eat anything. I don't think we have anything to really eat. We are a bit hungry. Oh, that's gross, dude. Because I was gonna get her to go to the library and study gardening. So she's learned her alchemy skill now anyway, so that's good. We've got a head start on that. Let's pick some of these flowers. Oh, they don't sell for much. We're going to pick some of these flowers. I don't like doing it too much because it feels kind of like you're cheating. But she doesn't have a lot of things in the house. And we need to buy an alchemy table and things. Or well, she's never going to become a witch. So, and there is a lot of wild flower spawners around here that I know. Daisies don't sell for much either. So she already has her eyes set on a certain man in the neighbourhood. But I'll leave you guys to guess who that is. But judging on the rules, you should be able to guess who she's decided. And by the way, wives and stuff are not a problem. We only ask that they don't already have children from a previous relationship or anything. And if they do, then it may be required to also dispose of them. So yeah, they're pretty ruthless. They're not very, but it's fun. to play them because they're so mean and horrible, and they just like to be really not very nice. So that's always fun to play someone who's so evil. Oh, they do have the evil trait. Oh, there it is. So these are the other traits. Irresistible, obviously, to make it easy. Although they will sometimes, if she has a potion to increase, you know, the there's so many flowers popping up here. I think that'll do. We don't want it to be too easy with money, but from when I played this before, it's not too difficult to get money with the alchemy thing. So I think we'll go eat out somewhere because it's easier that way. Where are we anyway? Alright, we're over there. So we'll go here to have something to eat quick. No, we don't care about stupid flowers. So yeah, we will get that though. Eventually they'll probably she'll have some immunity and all sorts. But we can't do anything. We can meet him, although we haven't met him yet. But we do know, hopefully he should be around here. I do have a story progression mod running. So anything can happen with him. He could, I have played it once where he did have a child with his girlfriend, or who was his girlfriend. And it was one of the tasks of her when she had a daughter to dispose of her, I think it was a half brother she had, and her task was to basically dispose of him so he wouldn't pose a risk to the family either, even though he wasn't a witch because he wasn't born, because he was born before she was. So I'll have to get rid of that tree when I go into yeah, he wasn't born when she was, so he was born before he was turned into a witch. So let's sell these. Oh, so we're going to sell these so we can get some bloody furniture in this place, so she has somewhere to sleep, and so we can start making the elixirs and also start growing our garden. I forgot to adjust the. Going to adjust the length of summer, but I'll probably do it in the next video, in between the next video, because I don't want to do it right now. So we're just going to quickly just do some basic stuff, really. It's nothing fancy. We're not going to bother like decorating. She's not bothered about crap like that anyway. We'll just get this one. I don't care if it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter right now. Nice double bed. I'll just move that over a bit actually. So yeah, she would never bring a guy back here, even to procreate. She wouldn't bring him back here. That wouldn't be something she would do. She would go to his place probably. There is no door on there. How are you supposed to get into the bathroom? So yeah, this is changed it slightly. As you can see, it's a bit different. They usually grow their plants up here on this little like balcony bit here. Just so the wildlife doesn't get to them, or zombies during the full moon and things. We'll use really cheap stuff at the moment. We'll probably sort of jazz it up. I'll probably jazz it up later outside of filming. So there is a light in there, isn't there? Yeah, good. Okay. The most important thing we need is the alchemy station. So where is that? Oh, there it is. That is actually probably the most important thing is somewhere to eat. But no, alchemy is more important. She is like really obsessed with, obviously, we're going to have a few pots so we can grow the ingredients necessary to being a wicked witch, basically. So we got some of them and nothing else apparently. So we've got some lights at least and somewhere to sleep, and she's eating tonight, so we'll be alright. Have we got no more? We should have picked more flowers, really, shouldn't we? We've got a shower. Yeah, we haven't really got. She wants to join. Actually, yeah, we can do that. I'll take that off. She doesn't know I should be able to do that right now, because we really need to start making some pennies. So we'll go here and register as an alchemist, and then we'll come back So hopefully she has to become a witch before she can even think about sleeping with that certain someone. She hasn't even met him yet, and she knows he's around and she's heard of him. Most people have heard of him. There's a poster of him, I believe, or a picture of him in The Sims somewhere as well. So we will be pursuing him at the same time as trying to become a witch. Then we have to make enough elixir for her to become a witch and him. Yes. And yeah, we'll also, and to be able to get our magic high enough to be able to kill him. Like I said, they usually use fire to kill, so we'll be using fire. And then I guess we'll go to sleep. And that was our first day done, really. So it's her first day in Sunset Valley. A bit of history lesson for you on her and her evil, wicked ways. She's very evil and very obsessive. These rules are like in stone to her. This is the way this family. Oh wait, I totally forgot to put a bloody stairs in. Oh my god, I forgot to put the stairs in. And I don't have any money for stairs. Oh crap. Can I sell like a tree or something maybe? Nope, there's no trees on my lot anymore. How much do these go for? Not nearly enough. What am I going to sell? I'm going to have to sell the bed. Just because otherwise there's no point. Because she can't. She's going to be very sad about that though. Right, this has to be over here somewhere. Yeah, that'll do. That there. In the corner, look. So, sorry. Actually, I think we could see, there we go. A nice crappy bed. There you go. Nice crap bed. Well, at least you can go get oh, go over it. So anyway, guys, that will be our other series, as well as the Warrior Cats Legacy series. This is going to be our Wakender Witch Family Legacy, where we see how far in our generations we can get this time, how big and grand in the past. I've had like another couple of stories on the house. There's a basement where they do drawers. I think there was also a crypt as well, and they also after one of the daughters or granddaughters sets up a council as well. Many murders. I think one of the daughters I'd had in a previous playthrough of this sort of family legacy, she had about 4 daughters, all by different fathers, and killed all of them. So that was fun. She killed all 4 of them. So join me next time where we'll be working on our alchemy skill and trying to find that elusive Mr. Right sperm. I don't know, do Sims have it? Probably. But Mr. Right in such a way. Although she would encourage her daughter to have more than one child, you know, just in case, she is only going to have one, or she's only aiming to have one, because I don't think she could cope with being with a man too often, and once would probably be more than enough for her. So let's hope she gets it on her first go, or she's going to have to be repulsed, and we'll move that tree for the next time. So yeah, I'll see you next time, and thanks for watching. Bye.